Hi everyone and welcome back to Industry Insiders with the James Patterson Honors Program. I'm Billy Walker and today we are joined by Ben Boivin, our very own Director of Undergraduate Admissions. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you, Billy. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again. For those who don't know, I do work for admissions. Ben is one of my bosses, but let's dive into it. What does a day in your life look like as the Director of Undergraduate Admissions?
Sure. So we are currently in a position in the summertime where we're planning for the next recruitment cycle. So the Common App actually opens up tomorrow for the fall 2026 class, August 1st. And then we are also making sure that the students that we just did enroll have an easy transition to start class in August, so the fall 2025 incoming students. So we kind of have a dual role right now, shepherding the current accepted students in, deposited students, and then also looking for the next best Jaspers from places like Florida, California. We're going all around the tri-state area, Canada, Puerto Rico, really all over the country to find that next batch of great Jaspers.
Awesome. And I know when you were a student here, you studied communications.
Correct.
So how does one get from working in the media field, taking classes on that, into becoming the Director of Undergraduate Admissions in higher education?
That's a great question. I said this many times, but I think no one goes to college to become a Director of Undergrad Admissions. A lot of careers you kind of fall into just from different life experiences. And I think the liberal arts core curriculum that we have here at Manhattan really helped me get to know a little bit about everything, and that's so important in the admissions world. At Manhattan, we have programs varying from civil engineering to obviously communication, history, business, management. You have to know a little bit about all those fields as one person that didn't study all those fields. So that's sort of what communication is all about. And I think at Manhattan, not only did I take my communication courses with excellent professors, but I got real industry experience. And at the age of 19, 20 years old, I was doing internships at ESPN Radio and Wax Poetics Magazine and really getting myself out there in New York City, learning how to communicate with people. And that's the most important part about being in sales or in enrollment marketing or anything like that.
Now, looking back at everything you have done in life, what advice would you give your younger self?
To definitely keep your options open, try new things, don't say no to any sort of side work, freelance work. Through one of my professors here, I got to experience a lot of freelance journalism, music journalism in particular. I'm a big music guy. So when I was a senior, I was going to concerts and getting paid to go write reviews and getting paid to do album reviews and things like that. Definitely very hesitant at first. Do I have the chops to write like this? Who's going to read this? Who's going to be offended by it? Who's going to like it?
Right.
End of the day, it was an experience I'm so happy that I took because it actually got me into working into copywriting, which eventually got me into enrollment marketing. So I would say, A, don't say no to any opportunity. And B, make sure you keep your network alive, because when I first graduated, I lived with my friends from college. We stayed very connected, did the young alumni events and things like that. And then as we got older, we got to meet more and more, I'll call them more seasoned Jaspers that graduated many, many years ago that were helping us with professional advice and getting us plugged into the right networks. And I don't think I would have gotten that internship at ESPN Radio if it wasn't for knowing some of the more seasoned Jaspers in the field.
As current students can, we have many clubs on campus, whether they are just for fun or more academic-based focused. Were there any specific clubs or extracurriculars that shaped how you became a successful person?
Yeah, I would say definitely going back to talking about getting to know different types of people, I would say MCTV helped me with that, which I believe is now called the Manhattan Media Network.
Yes, it is.
But MCTV really helped. We got out there, we did a lot of interviewing during the holiday season, out in the streets on a Thursday night to see what students were up to those nights. That helped me learn how to talk to different types of people. And I think that volunteering is also very big. I chaperoned some of the love trips. I participated in one of the love trips when I was a student here. So I would say getting to know how to speak to different populations of people, whether they're from places you've never been to before, new experiences there, or whether they're students, or whether they're the parents, or high school principals or presidents. As an admissions person, you have to know how to talk to everybody, and communication really helped me get there.
And now, was there any mentor or professor that you had while being a student here that kind of helped you set up for success?
I would say I had a lot of professors here that set me up for success. I would say starting off the Christian Brothers. So I came from a Christian Brothers high school, 20 years ago now. I'm celebrating my 20th anniversary this year, actually. Some of the Christian Brothers really helped me kind of feel like I fit in from day one as a Manhattan student, which really built my confidence. I think going to school in New York City, it can be kind of overwhelming. I'm from upstate New York, didn't really know much about skyscrapers until I came here. So having that background where I felt very comfortable right off the bat gave me the confidence to go out and look for internships and get that kind of help. And then through the communication department, Dr. Jen Crowley still works here. Folks like that really helped us kind of get into the industry as college students. You're not going to get that at other places. So that really helped me a lot understand that it doesn't take much to pick up the phone and call someone for help or to write an email. The worst someone can say is no, I think is what I learned the most.
Awesome. And for our last question, what do you think are the key qualities that make a successful person?
It's a great question. I think adaptability is really important. When I interview new admissions counselors, I want to make sure they're adaptable. A lot of things get thrown our way. We wear a lot of hats, as you know, as a tour guide. Yeah. One day you could be holding an umbrella for a family doing a tour. The next day you're answering phone calls, data input. It really depends. So being adaptable is really important. I think being a good person is also really important. I know it's kind of cliche, but it's one of the things in our old Manhattan video James Patterson actually talked about was, being a Jasper is all about like giving something out and not expecting something in return. And I think that's so important for, I think, our whole community, whether you're an engineer or a business major or a teacher or, work for NBC Universal someday. I think being a good person, it's very attractive to other people, and it's also contagious, and it gets a whole company and a whole team on the right page.
I would 100% agree with that. But thank you, Ben, for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. This has been Industry Insiders with the James Patterson Honors Program. You can join us on September 9th for a talk with James Patterson. Our link is in our bio for more information. See you then, Jaspers.